All right, y'all. Welcome to the very first episode of Free the Psyche Podcast. This is a show dedicated to the mental health and as well as the trials and tribulations one faces on the daily grind and trying to elevate themselves. With every guest that comes onto the show, we'll have a alluring story and wisdom to share. With my first guest, I would like to introduce him as Mr. Real Estate. Let's just take a look at some of his accolades here. San Diego's very own luxury real estate agent, attained his real estate license at the age of 20. Now in partner with Keller Williams Realty in La Jolla, an active member in his community, over $2 million in real estate volume. Introducing Mr. Realtor himself, Justin Flisher.
It's a pleasure to be here, man. Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Pleasure to have you, sir. Pleasure to have you. So, on this episode, we're just going to hit a few points. If we could start off with, just tell us on your average day in the life as a luxury real estate agent.
As a luxury real estate agent, well, first of all, I want to start by thank you for having me. You know, you're building a wonderful platform. I feel like you have a good, platform to speak out to people. You know, a lot of people are not doing this,
Right.
So I'm very excited, to be the first guest on the episode. I'm very excited to see where you take this. And, whether I'm behind the camera or in front of the camera, it's going to be a long journey for you. So congratulations, man.
Thank you.
I got my license at 20 years old. I didn't want to go to college. I tried to think like, hey, what could I do that makes me a lot of money that within myself that I wanted to do? And I was on the internet and I seen real estate and I was like, well, I like to travel.
Right.
I like to meet new people.
Right.
And I like money.
Right.
So I'm like, hey, might as well become a realtor. So little confidential information, but I failed my test 9 times. I passed it on the 10th, but I went through a breakup. Father passed away. It was just like I could never study right, but something that a lot of realtors commend me for is, staying dedicated to the process of passing the test. And so ever since that, I feel like my life has changed. I'm working full time. Yeah, it's just been a blessing, man.
Yeah, wow, you definitely went through a mountain of challenges.
Yeah.
My question to you is, what was your mindset? Okay, let's say you failed your test after the 3rd time. What was your mind at then?
It's definitely challenging. It's just all in your head. It's like, is this meant for me? Can I do this? You start thinking after the fact. But what I really did was just walk in. I cut off all the distractions. Probably about like the 7th time.
Right.
My friends would text me, "Hey, let's go play basketball." I'd be like, "Well, I can study later." And it's more, I want to do this now. Like, I need this now. It's not going to happen tomorrow. If I don't put in the work, it's not going to happen.
Right.
So I just needed to stay dedicated to the studying strategy, and that's what I did, and it paid off.
Yeah, definitely. It's about learning how to fall forward, never learning how to fall back. Falling back is where I feel like a lot of people today get caught up in. It's like, okay, my car broke down. Oh my God, world's over. No, you find a way to go around that and to continue to keep pushing forward. Like you said, you failed the test.
9 times.
9 times.
9 times.
I know some
That's
people.
a secret to everybody. 9 times I failed.
Secret. Hey,
stay
you gotta
dedicated.
keep that on the low. But I just know there's a handful of people out there that just feel like after that first failure, they're just like, oh my God, what should I do?
Yeah.
And just the fact that you kept rolling through that's really something great, and probably it's something that will inspire probably future real estate agents to do and just go after their dreams.
Yeah. Before the pandemic happened, I actually was going to talk to Helix High School. I was gonna. They have Wednesdays where they, in front of, like, they have somebody come in, and I was gonna be that person that comes in to try to inspire the youth and say, hey, like, this is a career rather than rapping or football or basketball. There's other things that like are cool. It's cool to be in a suit. I love being in a suit. It makes you feel powerful. You don't just have to dress up on a Sunday for church or wherever your religion is. You don't have to. It's like an everyday thing. It just makes you feel confident and powerful. So yeah.
I feel like with the young generation growing up with social media and things like that, we're just being fed what is popular right now.
Yeah.
People see basketball, sports, and all these different fads and influences.
Well, a lot of people
here.
follow. It's also hard for a lot of people to lead too. It takes a different courage to lead.
Right.
It's for real estate, for example. A lot of people, they like it. They can show houses, but then it's the personal time. A lot of people are sheltered. They don't like to be in front of somebody, can't door knock. It's a lot of challenges like under that. So
it's hard for a lot of the younger generations to step outside that comfort zone, because the comfort zone is all we know and all they may know at this point in time. But as life goes on, we learn how to step outside that comfort zone and step towards something that we may not be 100% sure on. But you have to realize life is about taking these risks and taking these chances. Because in order for you to grow, you have to take that leap of faith every now and again, or you'll just stay in the same spot that you're in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's definitely something I learned too with the class I just graduated from. You definitely gotta take steps. There's always a hole that you could find where you could conquer something that you're not good at. Right. So, yeah, I hear what you're saying on that part.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Okay, moving to the next topic. Would you do me the favor of describing your absolute busiest day ever in real estate?
Busiest day, okay. I'd probably say I've probably had about 6 showings maybe in a day. Yeah, and it's, the hardest thing is knowing that you have a showing after you're done with your client, and it's not trying to rush them out of the house,
right?
But it's like
you're on a time crunch.
Yeah, you're kind of on a time crunch, so it's kind of like more respectful, like, hey, I gotta run, or let's stay connected. Let's see what we can do about this. If you guys enjoy this house, or so it's also it's kind of challenging. Right. There's been a time where I actually had to go to Arizona to do paperwork and come back for a showing the next day. So I drove all the way to Arizona, 4.5 hours, and then came back and had a showing.
So in between that, like, where did you eat? Where did you stop to eat to get rest? Like, what was it like?
Yuma. Stop in Yuma, halfway from San Diego to Arizona. But yeah, it's just challenging. Like, my car is a total mess. I call it the work car. So when my friends see it, I just be like, hold on, work car.
Hey, get you from point A to point B.
Yeah, point A to point B. So it's real. I just have to do it. I stick with it. It's challenging, but I'd say that's the busiest day. Yeah, right. Busiest day is just showings. Or even having an open house on a Saturday and then having a showing right after, but then you get those people that walk in. If the open house is done at 4 o'clock, you'll have those people that walk in at 3:59.
Wow.
And I'm never gonna close the door on anybody.
Yeah,
so
no.
Just come on in and then go run to the showing at 5.
It's like you're given this time frame, but you never truly know when you're done.
Yeah, but time management is huge, Joe. Time management is huge. So I definitely keep a list on my calendar of like times and I'm really crucial on time. So
did you know you were gonna have those 6-7 showings in that day, or did it just kind of stack up?
Yeah. Everybody was just available that Saturday, and it just
so happened to come like that.
Yeah.
Okay. On that notion, what would you say was the most challenging part as far as just trying to make trip to trip? Like, let's say you had one client show up at one time, and then maybe you had those few extra stragglers come in. What was your strategy on trying to get out of there? Because I know, like you said, you had to go from one showing to the next.
Well, like I said, it's just being respectful. Like, hey, I'm on time. And also, it's a good thing and it's also a bad thing, but it's also, it shows that you're working too. Like, I'm on time. I'm real professional about my job. It's I need to get to it, and if you want to work with me, just know we're going to be on time.
Right.
And time is valuable, and whoever I'm spending it with in that moment, whatever client, I'm all focused on them. So once the time frame is done, it's obviously I care about them after, but I'm locked in on you. There's no distraction. I want to get you what you want. Now it's your time. I want to get you what you want. So that's time management.
And essentially, would you feel like you built a better connection with them?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, instead of just thinking like, oh, I got this person. No, I'm all locked in right here. Then that little 30-second time frame I have, it'll be picking up on where I'm at with the next person.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Okay, moving on to the next topic. I would just wanted to ask, how do you deal with the phases of anxiety and depression in real estate? Because within each career, I know there's points in time where we're feeling down or feeling up or worried about the next thing. How do you combat that?
It's definitely, I get anxious a lot. So going to a showing, it might just sound easy and doing the open houses, but when you see that person approach to your open house, you see them walking up with their family and their kids, you kind of get this like afraid feeling, like, ooh, are they gonna like me?
Kind of frozen a little bit.
Are they gonna like me? Are they gonna want this house? Are they gonna want to work with me? So it's a lot of mental. I stay positive a lot. I've learned meditations from my cousin who has their master's in therapeutic. Therapeutic. But so she helps me a lot. I try to stay balanced, I try to keep the negative thoughts out and just go for it,
What do you feel like anxiety, how would you define anxiety?
I'll define anxiety as a fear that could possibly be something.
So let me give you a scenario. So you remember Indiana Jones, that big ball rolling? Do you feel like it feels like that?
Yeah. I could feel like that. Like sometimes just too much just gets picked off, and I'm not addressing all that stuff that's following me behind.
So based off my background, my knowledge, because right now I'm still pursuing my bachelor's in psychology, we define it as the fear of the future. In depression, we define it as the fear of the past, that thing coming back to catch up to us. Do you feel like it's a lot of, I'm afraid this is going to happen, but yet it hasn't happened yet?
That's exactly that. Yeah, exactly that. I definitely feel like that. It's the fear. Fear is just, everybody has it, and I feel like I cope with it well. I feel like I addressed my anxiety early and me being anxious early. It didn't happen until about probably like 3 years ago. Like 2017. That's when I first started developing it. Right around the time I got my license. So it's definitely a fear. Definitely hear what you're saying.
And it's like when I evaluate fear, I look at fear like this. Fear has always been a choice. Yeah. And what is real is the danger and the scenarios and the possibilities that could happen when we're in those moments. But fear, I feel like, is a conscious choice. So once we learn how to overcome and tap into our inner conscience and dispel that notion of fear, we can conquer anything.
Yeah, that's definitely how I feel. Like it's crazy how stuff comes up. Like I say, if I'm in an open house, I see people walking up, like anxious, and then they come in being the friendliest people. Not that I'm afraid they're gonna come in being rude.
Right.
It's more of like I'm not doing my job, or I didn't live up to the standard of my job. So, yeah.
And it's those standards that will push us to the next level. So it's good to have that goal and have that expectation of yourself, because ultimately it will push you to the next level.
Yeah, and that's all about it. Being to the next level, staying positive. Yeah,
man. Moving along, I have a few more questions about that. Where do you find time to sleep on these days like this? Because I know it's exhausting, because you could probably be up from 8 in the morning till probably 9 o'clock at night.
So I currently live in La Mesa, and my office is in La Jolla. So, every realtor has their different ways, or just anybody has their different ways, whether it's waking up at 7, waking up at 5. I'm just as I said, I'm real just crucial on time. So me, I like my sleep. I wake up at 7. It takes me about 30 minutes to get from La Mesa or 45 minutes to get from La Mesa to La Jolla.
I know that traffic is terrible right now.
Yeah, there's a little bit of traffic. But once I get there, I start my day at 8. But I'm very crucial with my time. So I get in there, I lock in, I already know what I need to do. It's already preset from the first day, from yesterday. So when I wake up, I already know what I'm doing. I already know if I'm calling scripts, I already know if I'm calling FSBOs, and I know what I'm doing already.
Right, so, you have it planned out. So do you plan it out before you get to the office?
Yes.
The night before?
Yeah, I'm planning out the night before, and I know exactly what I'm doing from about 8 to 11:45, and then a small lunch gap, and then I hit it back hard until probably about 3 o'clock if I don't have any showings. Okay. Yeah, so, usually people, a showing could be any time, but that's the time frames that I'm locking in. But that's just me personally, and then usually the personal time comes about 7 o'clock to go play basketball or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and based on that, would you say you're more of a morning person or more of a night owl when it comes to your productivity levels?
That last part. Okay. I call it waves. Like I have waves. Like it'll be from 8 to noon. I'm just drained because I'm putting in so much work. Right. The phone's on Do Not Disturb, and I'm just calling any and everybody, or posting on social media, or doing some kind of lead generation. Then about like 4 to 6, that's when it's like, you're kind of just
going through it, trying to get through the day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then it's about 6 o'clock, I just get reamped till 2 in the morning. Wow. Yeah, okay. I turn it to a night owl, and I'm just there, and I just knock out 2 o'clock. So sleep I could do better on, but it's just I naturally just go to sleep at 2 o'clock, 1:15, 1:30. Yeah.
So on average, how much sleep would you say you get at night?
I'd say about 7 hours, maybe 7 hours. During the week, it's about 8 hours, and then weekends. It depends what I'm doing. If I know I have to get up early for a showing or do an open house, go put signs out at 6 in the morning, I'll do 6 hours.
Wait, you said 7. You wake up at 6 in the morning and put out signs?
Yeah. You want to get, like, it's, for me, I wake up at 6. Well, 5:30, and then go put the signs out at 6. Because I want those early birds to see my signs and know that there's an open house coming.
Right, because like most of the early traffic, that's people trying to get to it, trying to get to the job or whatever they're doing. But
well, it's also the weekends too, but it's also, I'm big on just marketing. So it's whoever's there, somebody's not going to miss it. Or, oh, his signs are out early. What does he have going on today? Or I'm going to go back and see a sign. Or, because, there's the 5 a.m. club. I know you're a part of the 5 a.m. club. I'm not. So, I'm missing that wave if I get up later and I don't put the signs out.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So how long would it take for you to, okay, let's say you started at 6.
Yeah.
How long does it take for you to really put out all of them signs?
It's quick.
Quick?
Yeah, it's pretty quick. This depends. A good way to do it is you put on your GPS on Apple Maps and you just kind of see the streets that are connected. You can put about 7 signs, 8 signs, and just point them to the house and where you're going.
So most of this stuff, are you doing alone or do you have help?
Everything I do alone. I've been offered to join teams. I've been offered, to come work for other companies. And it's just, I think a lot of it is just based on my drive and my dedication to this business.
Right.
And like there's people that are doing way better than me. Some luxury homes. So that's good. And I know I'll get there one day. Right. But it's more, I just have this drive that I'm ready and willing to go find out. I'll go sit in that open house and see how they run it. Or if I'm not running an open house on the weekend, I'll go see what they're doing. Right. So it's just a big drive for me, and it's places I want to be, places I want to do, support my family. So
it's not even the fact that you're against teams, but it's more your own ambition.
I just want to be able to say I did it. So if I get a lead that's worth $5 million, I did that. It didn't just get brought to me on the team. I just want to do it. I want to be held responsible for what I do. And so no teams, no nothing. Just I get out, do all the groundwork myself, put on my running shoes, have my friends help me if I need to do flyers and stuff, and I'm just real big with my circle and try to grow my circle. Right.
And do you feel like some people mistake that for selfishness?
Yeah, I think it gets taken as selfishness or just the way you come off. In the world, it's a lot of people are scared to see someone successful or prey on their downfall, and I'm aware of that, but at the end of the day, it's like my family, my clients. If everybody that I know is happy with me, then I'm pretty happy. I'm not here to please the world, but I'm here to please who's around me.
Right. I feel like a lot of people in the young generations, and I know definitely at one point I can definitely admit that I was a people pleaser. But when you sit down and you evaluate your life, you got to realize you can't please everybody. It's literally impossible. There's billions of people on this planet. Not everybody's gonna be happy with you. So at the end of the day, you have to do it for you. Exactly. Okay. Let's see. Moving forward, this is an off-topic question. What would you say your diet mainly consists of? Because I know moving from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. or however long you can do, like you said, it can be like 1:50 in the morning. Do you feel like you're on a healthy diet plan, or it's just really what you can get your hands on at the time?
No, not on a healthy diet. I do like to feel good about what I eat and what I drink. I try to stay away from sugars, so only water. Every now and then if I'm in between showings or just out and about, I'll stop at like Jack in the Box and get a Powerade or something, but sugar, but I try to stay away from it, only water. Right. Other than that, I just try to cut out red meat. This year I cut it out for 7 months. Next year it'll be 8 months until I cut it out for a whole year. And then just go from there. But other than that, I try to get vegetables as much as I can. I love teriyaki. Big teriyaki fan,
That is a hit.
Yeah, big teriyaki fan. And then usually like when I'm at my office, there's a smoothie place like right down the street. So I just walk there and get a little smoothie, strawberry banana, my favorite.
I was just gonna say, what is your go-to?
Strawberry banana smoothie. I'm right there.
Okay, solid. I give that about 8 out of 10. But okay. So do you feel the differences in, like, let's say you eat mainly greens for the day versus since you don't eat red meat, so let's say chicken, a lot of this heavy protein stuff.
Yeah, I feel lighter. I mean, sometimes I feel lighter. It's just I don't know. A lot of it, I feel like it's inner just consciousness, or like you see a couple pounds drop off the weight, you're just like, oh, okay, this works, you just feel good.
You feel good about yourself. So on the notion of feeling good about yourself, do you usually fit in time throughout the week for yourself to take that mental load off? Because we're all aware of burnout. I know you being ambitious as you are, and I know with me and how my routine is, waking up from 5 a.m. and then going to work for however long the day takes me. I know there's times where it's just like you feel like quitting, or just feel like you're just not being productive enough. Do you fit in the time during the week for yourself to take that mind?
Yeah. So as I said, there's no team, there's no nothing. I'm big on failure. I really criticize myself a lot. I take a hard fall. So if I feel like I couldn't get my clients the house, like I'll literally complain to like one of my friends, like, I'm just not doing it. I'm just not, but.
Right, but that's what friends are there for.
So they're like, hey, you got you're already there, so. But I do definitely manage personal time. And I feel like in this business, I specifically can't work with people who are just business.
Right.
I care too much.
Right.
And that's why I got into it, because I'm a helper, being
you're
bullied.
Passionate about your craft.
Yeah, being bullied back in elementary school, and then to come now to help people be the reverse of it, be the reason of it it's a good feeling to help somebody become a homeowner. But personal time, I'm big on it. I'm really big on it. That's why I said, 7 o'clock's usually around. I go to the gym, play basketball, hang out with friends, or just stay up till like 2 a.m. or whatever I'm doing. It's just the balance, because the majority of the day I am working, so it's a little more work and then it's personal.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't realize you can't have 80% work and then 20% time to yourself. That's just not a reasonable ratio.
Yeah. I'll say it's about 60-40.
60-40?
Yeah, 60% work, 40% personal. I make sure my family's good. A lot of people always like to clown me. I'm always on my phone, but I'm just staying tapped in with everybody and making sure everybody's good.
Right.
So
it's about the people around you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. Right. Okay. Let's see. Moving on to our last little leg of the day. How often would you say you use social media and just your phone in general? And on that notion, what's your ratio as far as work to just other apps, other things?
Well, to everybody out there, I pay for my phone, and I'm going to be on my phone.
You're going to be on your phone.
I'm going to be on my phone making calls. I feel very beneficial having social media. But I say it like this, because social media is also a positive and a negative. I use it as in, I do what I need to do, then I get the hell off of there.
Yeah.
Because I need to post my business for, obviously I do real estate, and, but it's really helpful being from this young generation and having social media, because things are just so much faster. If somebody passed away, it's right there.
It's right there.
If the house comes to market, it's right there. It's sold in 3 days.
Right.
And it's real just beneficial. I know back then a lot of people had to do more groundwork, but they're always going to tell us, we had to get out there. That's fine.
That's what that was you.
Yeah, that's what you had to do in your generation. My generation is a click of simple just text.
It's a tap.
And I can just, like, I've done it for my clients before. I've literally went to a house and filmed the house for them, and they loved it and want to put an offer in. So social media, like I say, I do what I got to do on it, and I just get off, because it's more negative, and I know that's what the news is. It feeds on negative energy, because that's what's exciting. It's more, this house is for sale, but it's like, okay, cool. But then it's like, oh, the house that was for sale caught on fire. What? Who did it? Where? It's excitement.
It's that attention grabbing. That's what
it's like excitement, so social media does play a big part of my business. I love to do polls. I like to engage with people that are on there and then share the engagement with
So
people.
social media to you is more of a tool. It's not it's not really a social, I'm texting this person.
Yeah.
No, it's a tool for you to elevate yourself.
Yeah, or even just to show that I'm outside, there's Snapchat, Instagram. I'm heavy on TikTok. I like to show, keep people motivated. So I'm heavy on TikTok. I just use it more as a tool, or if I'm out at dinner at a nice place, I'll take a picture of it just to show like I'm outside. You know?
Because you're showing off your fruits of your labor. You're showing off all this hard work and what this hard work has gotten you.
Yeah, so that's how I do it.
And it's like with social media, in my opinion, I wouldn't say it's negative, but it's more on the fact that it feeds more into people's egos. It feeds into the attention grabbing aspect.
How many likes there are. I remember Instagram changed that. I don't care. I leave my post up with about 40 likes on it.
It's not fine. You're not there for the likes.
There'll be 500, there'll be 200, then there'll be like 30. My thing is, it's out there.
Yeah, the number is arbitrary.
Yeah, it's out there. So,
and just with social media, just going back to it, I feel like it feeds so much into people's ego. People lose track of themselves. They get so trapped into okay, what could be possible instead of focusing on, okay, what's in front of you? What's really going on in your life? Stop focusing on, okay, well, I don't really want this, or I see somebody doing this, why aren't I doing this, and this, instead of evaluating your own life and building the blocks within your own life.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Well, Mr. Flisher, it looks like our time will be up in a few minutes here. I just wanted to say thank you for being the first guest on this show. It was a pleasure having you. And this was Free the Psyche. We're out.
One more thing. Congratulations on this.
Thank you, sir.
I'm very proud of you. You know, like I said, it's the young generation that's pushing stuff like this forward. You know, we're not sending out the negative energy, we're sending out positive energy. So
right. At the end of the day, it's about to inspire.
There we go.
Thank you. We're good.
And Malik forgot to hit record.
Hey, yo.